You might find this a little interesting. All doing well. So obviously, I mean, the Yankees are coming off a split with the series with the Tampa Bay Rays in Yankee Stadium. So good for that. I'm glad to see them split a series. Obviously, we need them to win more series. No doubt about that. But first and foremost, before I go any further, I want to offer my sincerest condolences to the Minaya family, senior Yankee advisor and former baseball general manager Omar Minaya. His wife, Rachel, passed away yesterday at the age of 55. They found her unresponsive in their home. So, my condolences to the Minaya family on your loss. Very sorry to hear. Very, very sorry. Now, the other thing I wanted to share with you is the Yankees signed another draft pick. It's their 12th round pick, Brendan Jones. He's now fielded from Kansas State. So that's their third pick out of 20 that they've signed. I expect them to be picking up the steam on terms of their draft pick signings after the trade deadline, which is 7 days away. And I will be live on 30th next Tuesday from 12 p.m. to 7 p.m., maybe even later, to give you every single piece of information that comes in, especially if it comes to the Yankees. And it looks like that, the closer we get to the deadline, the busier deadline day is going to be. And which is stressful and exciting at the same time. Now, that's not to say the Yankees don't need to make moves before that. They do. Okay. But I'll keep you fed. And if you're not subscribed to this channel for whatever reason, please make sure you subscribe to the channel. Okay. And hit all the notifications too. That way, when I do go live next week, you'll know you can join us. And any other breaking news that comes out, you'll get notifications that it's out. You'll be able to watch it. So, and I thank you so much for it. Now, there's an article that came out on Fangraphs. Okay, and I'm going to attach it down below so you can see for yourself. It says it really is all right there in front of the Yankees. And, it's funny because people have spent a lot of time mocking Aaron Boone for saying this is all right in front of the Yankees, all right in front of us. And, to a degree, I agree with them. To a degree, I don't. The reason why, because Aaron Boone never said it's really in front of us and we don't need other reinforcements. He's never said that. So, and to suggest that he has is completely disingenuous. So, but with that said, yesterday led credence to the point that he's been trying to make for a long time now that fans don't like to hear, is that a lot of it's all right in front of us. DJ LeMahieu was fantastic yesterday. Anthony Volpe looks like he's waking up a little bit, right? We need Alex Verdugo to wake up. And Austin Wells is coming around too as a hitter. So, and it's whereas a lot over the past almost 2 months, it's been a two-man game. Juan Soto and Aaron Judge. It wasn't yesterday, and as a couple of days, it hasn't been either. And we need this to be a 5 or 6 or 7-man game instead of a 2-man game. There's no doubt about that. There's really no denying that the Yankees have played terrible baseball over the last probably 5 or 6 weeks, right? There's no denying that. But there is a point that is valid when he says it's all right in front of us, right? Because, and again, it's not always in front of them. But yesterday shows that there are guys that still have a little bit of juice in the tank. Obviously, we need them to put forth that energy and that performance more consistently. No doubt about it. And I've even said DJ would probably be best fit at this point as a bench piece if they were to get a couple of infielders at the trade deadline. Okay? And if they do, they do. All right? If they don't, they don't. Once that happens, we'll have a better idea. So, but DJ, he hustles, right? He makes the plays in the field. He's also a good teammate. He's a leader. He's a veteran. He can mentor some of the young kids. And he also has 2 years on his deal remaining after this year, just like Giancarlo Stanton. Him and Giancarlo Stanton are both 10-5 players, meaning 10 years in the majors at least, with 5 years with the last team of the team now. Okay? And meaning they can veto any trade. Any trade. So they're here, whether people like it or not, unless they waive a no-trade clause and allow them to move them. So there's no guarantee they're going to do that. So we need DJ to perform, whether it's on the bench or as a starter. We need Giancarlo Stanton to perform, whether it's a bench or a starter, right? And it's most likely going to be a starter for Giancarlo Stanton. So, but this is where loyalty matters, right? I say this a lot. Loyalty matters. Character matters. And, trashing whether it be Aaron Boone or Brian Cashman or whatever, the players, doesn't really show either, right? It's definitely a lack of both. And I'm not calling out people, okay? People who were attacking me yesterday in the comments of calling out certain channels. And I don't mention channels. I don't trash channels, okay? That's unfair to the channel. That's unfair to people. They're not here to defend themselves. If I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it to your face, in person, not on the screen, in person, okay? I'm going to give you a chance in person to respond, okay? I'm going to make that clear now. So, but back to this loyalty again. The Yankees are loyal to a fault in some situations, and some situations it bites them in the butt. But they're loyal to their players, and I know the players appreciate it. This is why a lot of players, not all, but a lot of players want to play for the Yankees. Not only do they play well, but they're loyal to their players, right? And doesn't mean you can't call them out. Doesn't mean you can't do this, do that, right? Because sometimes that needs to be called out, like Labor Torres needs to be called out for lackluster play. There's no doubt about that. No doubt about it. Doesn't mean I'm not loyal to him. You can call that out, okay? But the Yankees, and again, this is another reason why Aaron Boone doesn't trash people on his own players in post-game press conferences. Doesn't always say the best things either. There's no denying that either. But he's not going to trash his own players. He's loyal to his players. That's just one reason why they have his back, okay? This is a constant. Just interpersonally, this is a constant thing, right? You're good to your people, they're going to have your back, right? So, but with that said, read this article. I'm really curious to know what you think about the article. I am going to attach it down below, okay? And again, it gives a little bit more insight. And I like to do insight. I like to have insight instead of talking points. And I don't like to use other people's talking points. You know this already. So, and that's the one reason I call things out is when people come onto the channel with talking points that are not based in reality, and I call out the talking points. And this is why I ask people, is this your argument or are you using someone else's talking points? I always get crickets, okay? So I'm not name dropping. I don't name drop. I know some people like that. They like to be able to report people and all this type of stuff, blah, blah, blah. We know that's going on already. And we know there's people with Discord communities who love to harass people on Twitter or troll people. Okay? You're better off asking them why they troll in my live streams on a regular basis. That's a better question to ask. Right? So, and the people that are here on a regular basis know who the trolls are. Don't need to name drop them. They're doing it all themselves. They're exposing themselves. So, but anyway, let's get back to the topic here. Okay? This, to a degree, it is in front of them. Okay, and I think this is one reason why they're loyal to their team, to the players, because they want them to perform more. And again, until they're replaced, they're going to be here. So the loyalty does matter. It's important to say, look, while you're here, I believe in you, and we're going to stick with you until leadership, ownership, whoever makes that decision to move on from you. Managers don't release players. The owners do it, the GMs, and so on and so forth. So that's why the hierarchy is what it is with the Yankees, right? This is why Aaron Boone's are taking the Hornets things, whereas Brian Cashman's kind of working behind the scenes, and Hal's definitely working behind the scenes. They don't have to answer the hard questions. Cashman does on occasion. He does it with a lot more aggressive nature, than Aaron Boone does, much to the frustration of fans too. But again, there is no beat writer or content creator, including myself, whose opinions are the only ones that matter. Okay? None of us. We all have opinions. We're entitled to it. This is a big Yankee fan community family. It's a huge family. Okay? And everybody's entitled to their views and thoughts. Okay? And they're not going to always be the same. That's cool. It's totally cool. Like I said, I credit people who inspire me to put on the thinking cap a little bit, or maybe expand the thought process and think of it through their lens, right? And like I credited Army Chow Mein the other day, who's a member of the 161 family, for proposing a good idea that I also turned into a video, and I credited Army Chow Mein in the video. And just because it differed from someone else's opinion from another channel is not me taking a swipe at the channel. Okay? Their opinion is not the only one that matters. Neither is mine. That's all I want to say about that. Okay? And again, we're here because we want our team to be better. We love the Yankees. And they are, 59. Well, no, they're now 60 and 42. 18 games over. They're only the third team in baseball right now between the Orioles and the Phillies that have 60 wins. So there's exactly 60 games left in the season. If they go 30 and 30, they win. They go 90 and 72. They go 35 and 25. It's 95 and 67. I had predicted them for like 94, 95 wins. So I'm going to stick with that prediction because I think going 35 and 25, especially if they bring in good reinforcements at the trade deadline, is very, very possible. Very, very possible. And again, I believe in this team. I'm going to ride with them when they're good, when they're not good, period. Okay? So let me know what your thoughts are on the article. I'm really, really curious to see. And again, if any other news comes out, you'll be getting it. Have a good day. Go Yankees.